Well, good evening and welcome to Geisman Gymnasium, where we have an exciting one for you today. It's the Concordia University Chicago Cougars taking on the number 5 ranked in the nation, UW-Platteville Pioneers. Carter Gledhill, Peter Borkowski with you on the call. Peter, let's revisit last week's win for CUC against Knox College by a score of 76-68. That's the first win of the season for the Cougars, and it was a very good game, complete game.
No, Brent Hatton led the way for the Cougars, 17 points, 8 rebounds on the day, just 2 rebounds off from a double-double. He had himself a day to help the Cougars get their first win of the season.
And they really did a good job of distributing out, besides their players, Jordan Matthews, Isaac Rudell, Landon Gladney too. They have a lot of depth on this team, and I think the one thing that they did a good job of is the shooting. And one of those things that we see from shooting is their shot selection between the first half and the second half. They went 32% from the field and 27% from three-point area in the first half. And then in the second half, 56% from the field and went 6 of 11 behind the three-point arc. Big difference in this box score for that category and paved the way to their win.
No, you can say that. Again, they really emphasized quality shots over just quantity of shots. They took a lot less free field goals and a lot less three-pointers in that second half. They converted on more of them because of it. Again, just looking for that right shot to get off.
Now let's look at the other side. Number 5 in the nation, UW-Platteville, coming off a win over Concordia, Wisconsin, 83-67, and they had 2 players in double-doubles.
That's right. The first one we want to talk about, Kyle Tuma. He's also averaging a double-double on the season. Last game, he had himself 11 rebounds, 19 points. On the season, he's averaging 17 points and 11.5 rebounds. He's a big frame at 6'6", 235, so he's definitely one to watch out for. Justin Stovall had the other double-double last game for Platteville, 22 points and 10 rebounds on the day.
And this is a Pioneers team that has had repeated success as they made several trips to the national tournament. But this year, their scoring margin, their difference between them and their opponents, the Pioneers, on average, have won games by over 21 points. That is the kind of margin you see from a nation leader.
Right, yeah, they're not just winning games, they're winning them convincingly. They've outscored opponents 333 to 242 to start out the season, so their 4-0 start is no joke.
Well, Peter, we have about 4 minutes till tip-off. Let's get one key to this game. What do the Cougars have to do to topple down number 5 in the nation?
Well, UW's defense is probably one of the best in their conference, the WIAC. Within that conference, they rank 2nd in points per game allowed and 1st in field goal percentage allowed and three-point percentage allowed. This is a really tough defense to crack. The Cougars are going to need to be on the top of their offensive game to do so.
Cougars took on the Pioneers 2 years ago on November 20th of 2019. They lost by a score of 89-72, and they're 1-1 in home openers under Coach Steve Kohler. So let's see what the Cougars can do against a tough opponent in their first home game at Geisman Gymnasium. We've got 3 minutes till tip-off at 4:30, and we'll be back in action here on the Cougar Sports Network shortly. Let's run back the starters one more time for each team. For the Pioneers of UW-Platteville, Blake McCann, Quentin Shields, Kyle Tuma, Logan Pearson, and Justin Stovall. And for the Cougars, Tavares Davis Williams, Brett Hatton, Jordan Matthews, Isaac Rudell, and Landon Gladney. The Cougars are coached by Steve Kohler, and the Pioneers are coached by Jeff Gard. UW-Platteville in their all-blue road jerseys with orange and white trim. The Cougars rocking the all-white home jerseys with maroon numbers and gold trim. It should be an exciting one as jump around plays in Geisman Gymnasium. Number 5 has come to town in River Forest. And Peter, this is the kind of matchup you want as your home opener if you're the Cougars.
That's right, you got a big name opponent coming in, number 5 in the country. You can only imagine what an upset here for the Cougars would do for their season, especially in their home opener.
The tip is won by the Pioneers. And Quentin Shields will bring it up. We mentioned the Pioneers beat Concordia, Wisconsin on the 18th by a score of 83-67. They improved to a 5-0 record on the season. Shields to the corner for Stovall, knocks it down. Opening three-pointer for the Pioneers.
Gladney went for a steal up at the top of the arc, got him a little out of position. That means another man had to go to his assignment, which led for Stovall to be wide open for that corner three.
Landon Gladney making his return, who did not appear last season for the Cougars. Has played in all 3 games now. Jordan Matthews, the 3 of his own, off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Stovall.
So they got numbers.
Shields trying to lay it up in there for Pearson. And the Pioneers already showing that they can do it in transition and set plays.
Cougars got to get back on defense a little quicker.
Gladney's shot is no good. Another rebound by Shields.
Got numbers again.
Corner three from McCann. Hits the side of the iron. Hits the top of the backboard, out of bounds. Cougars will inbound it.
So Cougars need to slow the game down a little bit on offense. They're just looking for the first shot. We talked the pregame. The reason they pulled out that win against Knox last game was their quality over quantity shots in the second half. They need to slow down their decision making a little bit, go for those better shots rather than just more.
Davis Williams trying to back up into the paint, no good. Isaac Riddell now swings it all the way around. Hatton, long three. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Tuma. Tuma, the only Pioneer. He's averaging a double-double on the season. He takes a shot, can't drain it. Hatton to Riddell. Takes it all the way, stops at the block. No look pass to Gladney. Miscommunication probably. Going the other way is McCann. Foul is called. Matthews tried to steal it, got too much of the arm. He'll be charged with the foul and the team's first.
So UW's coming out. They just look like they got a lot of energy under them. They're running up in the court, running up and down the court, excuse me, very quickly, just kind of outpacing the Cougars right now.
Shields on the right side on the baseline. Quick entry pass to McCann. Rebound in between Davis Williams and Shields. Jump ball will go to the Cougars. And this is a Platteville team that is very, very offensively sound, shooting almost 50% from the field and 35% from the three-point arc. They have the potential offensively to put up big numbers, and they have, as the foul is called on the Pioneers. It'll go against number 5, Kyle Tuma. First foul for UW-Platteville of the game. Hatton coming off 17 points and 8 rebounds against Knox College. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Matthews' drive will be negated by a travel call. So already, Cougars are trying to establish that offensive rhythm, but they haven't been able to do it, and a couple turnovers is credited to that.
All 3 of their official field goals so far have been three-pointers. You want to see them work towards the middle, at least just to get the offense moving before you move out, take some of those longer shots.
Tuma putting the work on Matthews. There is nothing doing there, as a 6'6" forward went to work all over 6'1" guard. Timeout called by Steve Kohler and the Cougars. Pioneers out to an early 7-0 lead in the first half. We'll take a quick break, and we'll have more basketball for you on the Cougars Sports Network. Ball goes into play and action resumes. UW-Platteville already out to an early lead. They've hit 3 of 6 field goals in this game so far. Cougars, as Peter mentioned, have only taken 3-pointers and have not been able to convert on one. Jalen Meeks checks into the game, 5th-year senior. Brett Hatton takes it to the hoop, can't finish. Rebound pulled down by Tuma.
Yeah, I like the drive to the net there from Hatton. Just need to finish on that one next time.
Offensive foul called. Number 30, Justin Stovall, knocked Isaac Riddell to the court. 2 substitutions for the Pioneers. Jack Hummel and Brad Neese. Jordan Matthews coming off a tremendous season last year from transferring from Loras College, as he was named All-NAC South first team in his first season with the Cougars. Hatton's pass is off the mark. Another turnover for the Cougars, and it'll come with 3 substitutions. Emmanuel Wilson, Landon Gladney back in, as well as Jacob Collicott, the freshman from Lafayette, Indiana. He had 2 points against Colorado College and 5 points against Knox College. He's getting some early minutes here for Coach Kohler. 3-pointer from McCann, no good. Rebound pulled down by Meeks.
The Cougars defense do a good job slowing the Pioneers offense that looked like it was cooking earlier in the game.
Meeks a 3 from the top of the key. Short of the mark.
They just got to get their offense in gear. Close a 7-point gap.
Jack Hummel with a 3, no good. Offensive board by Neese on the ground, and fighting for it is Jalen Meeks. Jump ball called. It'll stay down with the Pioneers. And Peter, this is a Cougars team that's very streaky offensively. Yes, they did end the second half against Knox College going 6 of 11 from the 3-point mark, but on the season they're only shooting 31%.
That's right there. Like we said, we saw it in their last game. First half didn't look so hot. Second half, they really turned it on to pull away with the W, but they're going to need to be consistent to beat a very tough squad in Platteville.
Drive from Pearson. Foul called on Wilson. He does not like the call, but he got too much of a side check, is from what one of our officials is saying. Substitution in. Justin Greenlee checks in for Jordan Matthews. As well as 2 substitutions for the Pioneers. Quentin Shields, as well as Alex Rainey. Wide open look from Hummel. Buries it. Pioneers out to a 10-0 lead to start the game. Collicott all the way over to Wilson. Meeks going for the drive, is fouled by Hummel. And the Cougars will take it out on the baseline just to the right of the basket. Greenlee gives it to Gladney, who dumps it off to Meeks. Good look from Gladney trying to take it to the paint, and an offensive foul is called. So Landon Gladney, too much contact initiated, and it'll go the other way.
The Cougars offense just looks a little out of sorts right now. Don't really get a good beat on what they're trying to do in terms of their identity. They're going to need to figure it out before this lead gets too out of hand.
Tavares Davis-Williams checks back in for the Cougars. The Cougars are still scoreless as we've played 5 minutes into this game. Shields behind the back. Has to dribble it out again and reset. He's met by Collicott on the bench. Finally sneaks away. And a good dish from Rainey to Neese. And right now the Pioneers are cooking.
The Pioneers are going to be using that size advantage all day. Neese, he's 6'8". A lot of players over 6'4". The Cougars don't have that much size on their roster. Pioneers might just bully their way to the basket this game.
Tallest player on the court right now is Tavares Davis-Williams for the Cougars at 6'7". Meeks' pass is too high and off the fingertips of Collicott. And another turnover for the Cougars. It brings the total now to 5. And you can already see right now the difference between these two teams. And for the Pioneers, as they are ranked number 5 in the nation, they're being selective on their shots, and they're also doing a good job of moving the ball around.
Right, and so far they just look more I don't know if athletic is the right word, but they're out rebounding, they're out running, just kind of surpassing the Cougars in many aspects of the game right now.
Shields' his attempt is no good. Offensive board picked away by Rainey. And a timeout called by Jeff Guard of the Pioneers. We've played 6 minutes and 15 seconds so far in this game, and the Cougars are still scoreless. Pioneers have 12 points. We'll take a quick break with more action on the Cougar Sports Network shortly. Pioneers up 12-0 over the Cougars. It's almost like a football score right now. UW-Platteville has been firing on all cylinders. 5-11 from the field, 2 of 7 from deep. Greenlee tried to poke check the ball away from Probst. And a travel called on Stovall. Kyle Tuma returns. Alex Rainey departs to the bench.
There's a good defensive possession there by the Cougars. Justin Greenlee almost forced the steal. Run that shot clock down to 1, and then, of course, turnover from Platteville.
Wilson to Collicott. He buries it. First basket of the game for the Cougars, and it's been a long time in the making. Meeks picks up Tuma. Collicott pokes it away and has it in transition. Pulls up at the block. Can't finish the layup. Gets the second chance point. Gives it to Greenlee. He's trying to find someone. Finally gets it to Wilson. Meeks for a corner three. Bang!
I think you'll trade a 3 for a missed layup there.
Get an extra point, I guess, off the second chance. And just like that, the Cougars hit back-to-back three-pointers after starting the game. 0 of 4 from that department.
Collicott got a little too excited on that one. Messed up the layup, excuse me, but some good rebounding from the Cougars.
And a foul is called. I believe it will go against Tavares Davis-Williams, and it does. Jordan Matthews and Brent Hatton check in for the Cougars. For the Pioneers, number 14, Logan Pearson as well. Cougars have 4 fouls, Pioneers with 3. So just like that, Peter, the Cougars are back in this game, and you can see what happens when those three-pointers electrify your bench.
So when those three-pointers start to fall, you can put up a lot of points quick, but you don't want to rely on them too much, especially if your offense is as streaky as the Cougars can be.
Shields a strong take. No good. Stovall, he finally gets it. And he was trying to put the work on 4 Cougar defenders when he was called with a travel. Checking into the game for the Cougars for the first time is Kieran Heller, a sophomore guard from Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. He's not played yet this season, so making his season debut for the Maroon and Gold. The Cougars are working it around the perimeter. Trying to get it to Davis-Williams. Now it's all the way out to Heller. Hatton shot fake. Heller with the shot. Blocked by Pearson. Kept in play by Tuma. The Pioneers are in transition. And an and one is called. Logan Pearson with a strong finish over Brett Hatton, who is in his way. Pearson will go to the line. Couple substitutions for the Cougars. Landon Gladney, Isaac Rudell in for Tavares Davis-Williams, as well as Emmanuel Wilson. Pearson, an 82% free throw shooter in his career. Misses the three-point opportunity, rebounded by Gladney. So it only keeps the lead at 8 for the Pioneers. Gladney hands it off to Matthews. Rudell, quick rotations from the Cougars, is stopped in the corner. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Rudell to Hatton. Deep three contested. Almost went in, but hits off the side of the rim. Gives it to Isaac Rudell, and he has that poked away. Shields gives it up to the court to Pearson. Acrobatic layup attempt, but a foul called on Heller. Another return to the free throw line for Logan Pearson, the sophomore guard from Appleton, Wisconsin.
So going back to the offensive side of the court for the Cougars, you like the quick ball movement, but it's all on the same half of the court, same side of the court. Should probably try and move it around the arc a bit more, draw that defense out, because the defense could just focus in when you're keeping it within the same couple players.
Jalen Meeks back for the Cougars. Jack Hummel for the Pioneers. Pearson knocks down both free throws. Brings his total to 6 in the game. Rudell spinning around the defense. Gladney, baseline jumper, no good, in and out.
So like that look, just couldn't connect on it.
Pearson to Stovall. The Cougars need to answer as the lead is extended to double digits for the first time in a while. And one! Jordan Matthews with a strong finish. And he continues to do what he does best, and that's the transition game and attacking the paint.
Last year, Matthews led this squad in points per game with 17.5 a game. They're going to need to get him going to get this offense in gear. Again, besides those 2 threes early on, just haven't really been able to get anything going.
Matthews scored 20 or more points in 7 games last year for the Cougars. Gets a gift of a bounce and knocks down the free throw. But he is one of those difference makers for the Cougars. Pioneers break the press. It hit off the foot of Rudell. Pioneers will inbound it on the baseline.
So you got to be careful there. If you're the Cougars defense, try to pull out the trap at the top of the key that led the down low interior open. So a lucky bounce. They're going to have to reset the offense and defense here.
Meeks made contact with Rainey in the corner with the foul. And already, Peter, we're at 1-1 territory. And that's not something you want to see against a team as good of UW-Platteville, is giving them even more chances to score.
No, so you're essentially giving them 3 points, assuming they could hit the free throws, which most players are capable of doing at a good rate. You don't want to give them any of those 3 points. You want to make them work for every point they get. So limiting foul is going to be key if the Cougars want to pull off this upset today.
So after some clarification at the scorer's table, 1-1 opportunity here for Alec Rainey. Knocks it down. Pioneers as a team on the season are shooting 70% from the charity stripe. Rainey converts on both. Extends the Pioneer lead to 11 as we reach the midway point of the half. Matthews trying to one-up the Pioneers. Rudell 3, short of the mark. Ball was touched out of bounds by Alex Rainey, and it'll stay with the Cougars. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Heller inbounds to Rudell. Decides to take it to the paint. Gives it to Matthews. tries to go to work on Hummel. Shot fake, Rudell, 3. In and out. Rebound by Gladney. He goes up with it, and it's blocked by Neese, and a foul is called. So Landon Gladney will go to the free throw line. That is the first foul on Neese. Gladney, a 69% free throw shooter in his career. He is 5 of 10 on the season. Make that 5 of 11. As a team, the Cougars are shooting 70% from the charity stripe. They went 10 of 12 in the second half against Knox College in their win back on the 13th. Slowly found the netting. 20-10 is the score. UW-Platteville up over CUC.
Nice job by Matthews to stay on Hummel. Hummel's trying to put the moves on him.
And a foul is called on Landon Gladney. So Gladney now has 2 fouls. He'll have to come to the bench. He's replaced by Tavares Davis-Williams. Neese with the 1-and-1 opportunity. Hits the first one.
And you mentioned earlier, Carter, 70% from the free throw line. This Platteville team is, so not a team you want to send to the line at all, because they're connecting on 7 out of 10 of their shots.
6 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. UW-Platteville finding ways to continue to stay in front of the Cougars. Rudell had to stop himself from throwing it into a turnover. Meeks going to work in the post. Howler. He is stopped in his tracks by Hummel. Meeks throws up a shot. Airballed, goes out of bounds. It'll go the other way. Jacob Collicott checks in. And soon after, a timeout called by Steve Kohler and the Cougars. We'll take a quick break on the Cougar Sports Network, and we'll be back with more basketball from Geisman Gymnasium. Welcome back to the broadcast. Carter Gleadhill joined by Peter Borkowski with you. 9 minutes remaining in the first half. UW-Platteville ranked 5th in the nation. Up by 12 over the Cougars. Rudell with the steal and a nice transition layup.
Dave Rudell reminding people why he was the All-NAC South Defensive Player of the Year last year.
And a 3 to answer from Ben Probst. Matthews stops on a dime, floats it up and in.
Nice moves there by Matthews. They're going to need to get Matthews, currently leads the team with 5. It's going to take more than that, though, to claw back in this game.
Cougars trying to play trap defense, have dialed up the pressure. That causes Alex Rainey to collide to the court. Isaac Rudell with the foul. Team's 9th foul, his first personal. We have a couple changes for the Pioneers. Into the game, Justin Stovall, Blake McCann, Quentin Shields. As Rainey makes the first and will soon shoot the second. After hitting the second one, he is checked in for by Kyle Tuma. Tuma with only 2 points in this game, 4 rebounds. As I mentioned, averages a double-double on the season. Tavares Davis Williams is fouled in the paint by Justin Stovall. So now the next Pioneer foul will send the Cougars to the free throw line for bonus. Brad Neese replaces Stovall. Stovall with 2 fouls in the game. Shields, odd man opportunity, and going for the dunk was McCann, but a foul is called on Collicott. McCann looking for his first points of the game, and he does with that first free throw. Jordan Schmidt checks in for the Cougars, first time in this game. Perfect from the line, Blake McCann extends the lead to 15 for the Pioneers.
So Cougars, they just need to cut down on the fouls. 10 of Platteville's 29 points have come from the free throw line.
Foul is called on Quentin Shields. It'll send Jordan Matthews to the free throw line. So this is a big way, Peter, that the Cougars can start to claw their way back in this game, eliminate some of the deficit. The first one is good from Matthews.
So drawing some of those fouls, get some of those essentially free points, get back in this one. Still got some way to go though. We're down by 14.
Matthews converts on both, scores 29-16, UW-Platteville up over CUC. Shields with some good moves. Acrobatic layup, gets some air underneath him too. It'll come down with 2 points and a free throw ensuing.
So Shields has definitely got some speed to him. He's one of the shorter players on this Platteville team at 5'10". But he makes up for that with his incredible speed. He's also got really good vision. Currently leads the team with 4.3 assists per game this season.
I'll tell you what, he got up there too. He was flying in the air for a second. As we'll say, Brent Hatton checks in for Davis Williams. He's 5'10", but he got up there. And we were watching some of the warm-ups, and it seemed like every one of these Pioneer players was able to dunk and get some really good air time, hang time too.
Again, one of the first words that come to my mind when I'm just watching this team play is just pure athleticism. They're quick, they're big, and as you're saying, they get some good hang time too in the air. So, a very well-built team here.
Collicott looking for some help, avoids the 5-second call as he was defended by Kyle Tuma. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Matthews a three. Hits side iron, goes out of bounds off of it appeared to be Shields' fingertips, so it will stay with the Cougars. Luckily for them, it hit off the side of the rim, so it will be a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Schmidt gives it to Wilson, and now he gets it back on the left side. Tries to take a strong take to the paint. No good. Hatton spinning around and finished with an and one. Brett Hatton gets his first points of the ball game.
We were talking about athleticism. How about that display right there by Hatton, spinning around, maintained his balance, finished the shot, and drew the foul. So a nice little play there by Hatton. Pull this lead a little, pull the Cougars a little closer to Platteville.
Logan Pearson with the foul, his first, team 8th. Hatton hits the free throw. The Cougars will go into their zone defense. Hits off the foot of Meeks and goes out of bounds. As Isaac Rudell also returned with Meeks during that last substitution. Ben Probst with the three. He now has 6 points, both of which have come from the three-point department. And the Pioneers have it in the other direction now. Probst gives it up to Tuma. Shields swings it over to the other side for Probst. Loses it on the drive. Coach Kohler doesn't like that one, as he thought it hit off of Probst, but it looks like the referee thought otherwise. It'll stay with the Pioneers. 13 seconds on the shot clock, 6:05 remaining on the game clock in the first half. McCann will pull it out, met by Rudell. Shot fake, take to the hoop by Shields. Foul is called. 2 shots will follow. Almost to watch out. It looked like our camera person, Jada Carr, almost got hit by Shields as he was running down through after that layup attempt. Hits the first free throw. Shields now with 5 points in the game. Substitution for the Pioneers. Alex Rainey in for Ben Probst. Jordan Schmidt brings the ball up. Had 2 points and 4 rebounds in the Cougars' win over Knox College. A foul is called on number 4, Quentin Shields. That is Shields' second foul. And he will exit the game, take a break. Jack Hummel will come in for the Pioneers. Jordan Schmidt will get his first free throws attempts of the game. And he misses the first. That's off the front of the rim, so a little short. Pioneers moving the ball around the perimeter well. Tuma avoids the charge and is able to find McCann on the opposite wing. And I'll have to wait to see from the officials what the call is, but 2 players, 1 from each team, went to the ground. And a foul is called on Alex Rainey, number 2. As that is what the original call has been. So Rainey now with 2 fouls. So now the referees will discuss who is taking the free throws. Isaac Rudell is already at the free throw line.
So he already took a shot, too.
I think the whistle blew before, so that is why there's been no talk about what's going on. Now Jordan Schmidt will be shooting both free throws for the Cougars. He makes the first. And Peter, I don't know about you, but when I was shooting free throws, back when I used to play, I always got scared sometimes because of the fact there was nobody in the paint. I understand, you have the open gym, but it's just a weird feeling I feel it sometimes too.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. Everyone, everyone's looking at you because there's no one else in the paint to look at.
I feel like those are the times when you call them free throws, but I feel like those are the ones that are harder to make because you don't have people on the sides.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to one of those big mental things.
I don't know. That's just something for me, but again, Schmidt knocks down both, so he does it well.
So
he has 2 points.
Doesn't seem to affect Schmidt.
Now we have a timeout called. Has some substitutions as well. Jordan Matthews in for Schmidt. Brad Neese in for Alex Rainey. And the timeout was called by the officials, so they're going to discuss what happened on the last play. And we'll take a little breather as well. 37-21 is the score with 5:16 remaining in the first half. Here at Geisman Gymnasium on the Cougar Sports Network. Okay, so we received official word on what the call was. It was a flagrant foul on Alex Rainey, so that's why Jordan Schmidt shot both free throws. And the Cougars, who regained possession on the last rebound, brought it out after that stoppage by the referees. Rudell's 3, he's good. Way to use the screen was Rudell, and he now has 5 points in the game.
So the Cougars might be able to get something going here. Coming off those 2 made free throws and then the 3.
Players are diving on the ground. Picked up first by Rudell. Now Hatton has it out of the scruffle. Wilson for a 3. And a foul is called. Foul is on Isaac Rudell. So shooting the free throws will be Blake McCann. McCann is 2 for 2 from the charity stripe in the game. McCann hits the first free throw. Davis Williams and Greenlee in for the Cougars. Rudell and Hatton out. Neese out. Ben Probst back in for the Pioneers. Both teams in the double bonus. McCann hits the second. Pioneers now shot 16 free throws and have only missed 1. Cougars are 7 of 9 from that same category. A big difference there. Greenlee trying to give it to Davis Williams, no good. The Cougars will reverse course on the perimeter. Now Matthews will strongly take it into the paint and finish it, looking for the foul, won't get it, but nonetheless gets 2 points out of all of it.
It's a great play there by Matthews, charged full head of steam into the paint and pulled off the acrobatic finish.
Baseline drive from McCann. Corner three from Probst. Good. Pioneers now 5 of 11 from three-point land. A steal
Probst
going the other way. Pearson gives it off to Hummel. Now Tuma with the shot flake just outside of the free throw line, and that's good. Cougars need to slow it down, and Coach Kohler says so, trying to just set up the offense. As they're now out to their largest lead, 44-26. 18 points is the difference between the two teams. Pioneers are starting to pull away a little bit. Matthews fighting for every inch in the paint. Finds Wilson on the perimeter. Deep three. Steph Curry range. And Wilson drains it home. That's his first point of the afternoon. Bounce pass for Pearson was deflected out of bounds by Davis Williams. Pioneers take it out of bounds with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Brett Hatton replaces Jalen Meeks. Hummel will take it out, gives it to Probst. Drive from Pearson, spinning around, fools Hatton and gets 2 points.
This Platteville team's just such a complete offensive threat. Can just score pretty much anywhere on the court.
Davis Williams misses the gift of a layup off a good pass from Wilson. Pearson goes hard to the court after getting fouled on his way up. Davis Williams credited with the foul. He now has 3. Pearson hits the first, couple substitutions. Landon Gladney in for Tavares Davis Williams. Brandon Neese, as well as Blake McCann, check in for the Pioneers. Pearson hits both and will go to the bench. He's replaced by Brad Neese. Hatton. And the Cougars offense need to set something up. Matthews spinning around, takes a hard drive into the paint and is fouled by Kyle Tuma. So now both teams already with high fouls in this game. Tuma with 2 personal fouls. The team has 11. The Cougars with 14 as a team. As it's been a free throw shooting affair since the midway point of the first half, as Matthews hits the first free throw.
Say 17 of Platteville's 48 points have come from the free throw line. You take those out, it's a 31-30 game. Cougars just got to shape up on those personal fouls.
Brad Neese able to corral the missed free throw from Jordan Matthews. You hear Jim Egan say, under 2 minutes to play, offensive foul called on Brad Neese. And a substitution, Logan Pearson comes in for Kyle Tuma. Cam Paskey will replace Brad Neese as well. Tuma with only 4 points in this game. Leading scorer for the Pioneers is number 14, Logan Pearson, with 10 points. Matthews gives it to Wilson and he'll get it back. He'll take a strong one into the paint. Greenlee loses it. It was poked away by Neese, Brandon Neese, I should say. And Hatton fouls McCann on the way up. Hatton picks up his second personal foul. Minute 31 remaining in the half. First one is good. Jacob Collicott replaces Hatton. And the second free throw is good. 20-point lead for the Pioneers, largest it's been all game. Cougars have to make up some ground quickly before they enter half.
Say at least pull a little closer before you head to the locker room. Get some momentum going before you get to that second half.
We mentioned the Pioneers have been winning games on average by 21 points. That shot from Matthews way off the mark, kept in play by Gladney. Brandon Neese is able to get the rebound, and he'll bring it up for the Pioneers with a minute remaining now in the half. Paskey with it on the wing, gives it up to Probst. He'll take it all the way down the middle. Tip in attempt by Pearson, no good. Rebound from Paskey. He'll get the bucket and the rebound as well. Travel called on Jordan Matthews. And he has been really trying to exploit the paint, but this Pioneer defense has been really doing a good job of limiting that inside penetration.
Right, and I think the main problem right now for the Cougars is their method of getting to that paint is a lot of isolation and one-on-one plays. Should get some more off-ball movement, get some passes into that paint instead of just having someone like Matthews try and work his way there.
6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. As now Pearson at the top of the key has it, almost poked away by Meeks. And a good cut inside, missed layup from Brandon Neese, and it goes out of bounds off of Cam Paskey. 13.9 seconds remaining. Isaac Rudell will check in for Collicott, as well as Landon Gladney. Justin Greenlee brings it up for the Cougars with the last shot in the half. Matthews' pass hit off the leg of McCann. So the inbound will take place right in front of the fans on our near side with 5.7 seconds remaining.
So the last second three would be pretty nice here for the Cougars.
Greenlee behind the back, good move. Floater, too short. And the buzzer sounds, and that's the end of the first half here at Geisman Gymnasium. Score is 52-30 in favor of UW-Platteville, the number 5 team in the nation. Peter, what are some of your thoughts on that half of basketball?
I mean, I think if you want to boil it down to 2 words, free throw, that's kind of the key right now. 19 of Platteville's 52 points have come from the free throw line. They've only missed 1 on the day. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, the Cougars, they've only taken 11 free throw shots. They've made 8 of them, but those personal fouls are kind of killing the Cougars right now and any momentum they're trying to get going.
And the free throws have been a huge difference maker in this half for sure. 19 for 20 are the Pioneers. And as that has been a separating factor between the two teams, but also for it as well, the Pioneers are shooting 56% from the field and 45% from three-point territory. Well, we'll take a quick break. We'll have a performance for you by the CUC dance team, and we'll have more basketball here on the Cougar Sports Network after the halftime break. Welcome back to the broadcast. Carter Gledhill joined by Peter Borkowski, and we're about ready to bring you second half basketball here from Geisman Gymnasium. UW-Platteville, ranked 5th in the nation, is currently up against the Concordia Chicago Cougars by a score of 52-30. And Peter, it's been a half of fast-paced acceleration as well as just good effective basketball for the Pioneers of UW-Platteville.
That's right. I think efficiency has been the name of the game for the Pioneers. They're shooting 56 from the field, 45 from 3, and 95 from the free throw line. So across the board, their shooting has been excellent.
Yeah, we'll put up some stats for you right now on your screen so you can take a look at what we got at halftime. And as Peter mentioned, shooting 56% from the field as well as 45% from three-point territory. And I think the other thing that we're also seeing is the struggles for the Cougars right now is because of that on-ball pressure that is quick to collapse on the Cougars when they're trying to set something up from the Pioneers.
Right, I think strangling is a good word for their Pioneers defense. They just aren't letting the Cougars get any kind of space to get anything going. And because of it, they just haven't been able to establish any kind of offensive rhythm.
So a minute 20 left before we start second half action here on the campus of Concordia University, Chicago. Looking at the box score, leading scorer for the Pioneers is number 14, Logan Pearson, with 10 points and 3 rebounds. He also has 2 steals and 2 blocks, which leads the team as well. For the Cougars, Jordan Matthews is the lone scorer in double digits with 10, and 4 points of his have come from the free throw line. The Cougars only 4-14 from the three-point arc after having a spectacular second half versus Knox College. Got a little heat check in the first half here against UW-Platteville. And of course, need to find their way inside the paint as well. Only 10 paint points for the Cougars. They've been really forced to shoot more outside shots, and we've seen that in the box score as well as some of the percentages as well. But I think another thing and a great example of this is Jordan Matthews trying to drive and get those layups that we usually see him do so well at, and being powerful as an explosive and undersized 6'1" guard, though. And he's just met by a wall of 6'6", 6'7" Pioneers defenders, hands high, nowhere to go.
Right, I think off-ball movement could be the solution to that problem. Have Matthews, initiate the attack, draw the defense to him as they have been doing, but then have him look to feed to an open man for a shot or another drive. So for the Cougars' game plan seems to just have Matthews take it all the way, and like you said, he's just been running into a wall of Pioneers players.
So the Cougars will inbound the ball. They will go right to left on your screen for the remainder of the game. Brett Hatton, Jordan Matthews, Isaac Rudell, Tavares Davis-Williams, and Emmanuel Wilson out for the Cougars out of the halftime break. Isaac Rudell gives it up to Wilson, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tries to cross it, takes a hard drive in, and it is blocked in the paint by Justin Stovall.
So just talking about Cougars move the ball a little bit, don't rely on just one player to take it all the way.
Corner 3 from Logan Pearson, picking up right where he left off to start the game, actually, with a big basket. So he now has 13 points.
His first 3 of the day, first attempt from 3 as well.
Hatton, shot fake. Gets it back from Wilson. 6 seconds on the shot clock. He's forced to drive. Doesn't finish. Rebound pulled down by Tuma, given up to Shields. Another 3 for the Pioneers. Hits back iron, poked out and about. Tuma now has it. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Shields with a 3. Bang. Quentin Shields now has 8 points in the game. Lead is up to 28 for UW-Platteville.
Platteville's kind of at the point they have a big enough lead. They could take some of those threes now. They can risk it, and they'll just keep executing on them.
Rudell with a 3 of his own. Hits high off of the back iron. Goes out of bounds off Hatton. will go the other way with the Pioneers. Shields is met by Wilson at the Cougar Head logo. Stovall gives it inside to Tuma, poked out, and Matthews able to get the loose ball.
Nice defense there by Hatton, creating that steal opportunity for Matthews.
Rudell had to go up and over Stovall, and he's able to come down with the basket. As Rudell now has 7 points in the game. As the Pioneers keep exploiting the middle. It was a miss by Shields. They're still finding ways to get quick movement inside. Davis Williams loses it off of his foot. Going the other way is Pearson. Spin around at the block. Left-handed layup and one as well. Pearson now with 15 points in the game. Timeout called by head coach Steve Kohler. As we'll take a break of our own. Platteville continues to build on their lead. It is now at 28. As we minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the half on the Cougar Sports Network. Logan Pearson comes out ready to shoot the free throw after his made layup. And he sinks it. Pearson now with a new season high of 16 points. Previously, it was 13 in their game. Augustus Adolphus. Inside work from Rudell, feed it to Davis Williams. He's able to get his first points of the afternoon.
So a little surprised Davis Williams hasn't been too much more involved in the offense. He's really one of the few size players the Cougars have to counter Platteville. He's 6'7".
Little Olay finish from Logan Pearson, sending Davis Williams flying to the baseline. Peter, I think to your point, they're trying to feed him in. And I just think the rotations, though, from UW-Platteville have been so quick that they haven't been able to get those one-on-one opportunities like we saw last possession.
Right. I agree with that.
Hard foul from Emmanuel Wilson on Blake McCann. McCann will go to the free throw line. He's a perfect 6 of 6 in this game. McCann is also a 82% free throw shooter in his career. Misses the first one. Substitutions for both teams. Landon Gladney, Brett Hatton, and Jacob Collicott in. We'll get the substitutions for Platteville in a minute. McCann makes his second free throw. Number 40, Brad Neese into the game. Gladney. His pass intended for Matthews is picked off by Pearson. Alley-oop and slammed down. Blake McCann going up. Don't see that very often. That was a big and a nice treat for all of our viewers. Ball rolled on the ground, picked up, and now McCann giving it to Tuma for a three. His shot is off the mark. Collicott going the other way.
Cougars need to slow it down. We've seen 3 straight possessions end with a bad pass. First 2 were turnovers. That one was just tipped out of bounds.
Another turnover for the Cougars. Jacob Collicott now has 2 in the game. That's the team's 14th. .24 remaining in the game. Jack Hummel contested by Justin Greeling at point. Looking for some help. He does. He finds it in Pearson. Behind the back. Collicott trying to defend. Gets knocked down to the ground. But he does it himself as a travel is called. Alex Rainey. Ben Probst in for UW-Platteville. Meeks inbounds it to Greenlee. Greenlee is still scoreless. He's the only starter for the Cougar that has not scored a point. Collicott's 3 is off the mark. Foul is called on number 2, Alex Rainey. Inbound pass will be on the right side of the baseline. Hatton gets the inbound pass, leaves it up for Gladney. Spin around and a foul on Brad Neese will send Gladney to the free throw line for 2.
So I like the idea from Hatton to try and pass it down to the interior. See the Cougars one-on-one attempts to get into the post just haven't been working all game. So try to get some ball movement down there. Left it high up for Gladney, who's able to pull it down and eventually draw the foul.
Gladney sinks the first. As a freshman back in 2018 and 2019, Gladney earned NAC Freshman of the Year and was also named All-Central Region's Rookie of the Year. So it was his first start of the season today. After not starting the first 2 games. Averaged about 19 minutes off of the bench. As we mentioned, this is his return season. He did not play last year during the COVID season. But a tremendous piece of this Cougars team that was missed last year for sure. Tries to play defense on Stovall, is able to get the rebound. Greenlee brings it up and dishes it off to Hatton.
It's a good defense by Gladney. Stovall's got about 2 inches on him, but he stood tall.
Step back jumper from Gladney, no good. Collicott rebound to Hatton. His shot is off the mark. Foul called on number 0, Jack Hummel. The ball will stay right under the basket with the Cougars. As UW-Platteville is currently scoreless for the last 2 minutes. Cougars need some shooting improvements as they are 1 of 5 in their last 5 shots. Jalen Meeks ends that drought there with a jumper of himself, about 14 feet outside of the paint.
So they have not been given much space by Platteville, but given just enough on that one.
Blocking foul called on Brett Hatton. You hear some of the dialogue between Coach Cole and the referee. The referee said that Hatton was in the illegal area, the restricted area, the ring you see on your screen in the paint right under the basket. That's why the foul was called. Stovall, a nice baseline jumper. He now has 7 points in the game. .33 remaining. Landon Gladney for three. Hits the front iron, and a second chance put back by Jalen Meeks. He did throw it up when he was still in the air. The foul is called. Jalen Meeks will go to the line for the foul from Ben Probst. Jalen Meeks did not play last year due to injury, appeared in 7 games in the 2019-2020 season. During his time, he averaged 20.7 points a game. So far, he's averaging 19 minutes a game off the bench for Coach Kohler. Fifth-year senior from Cherry Creek High School in Aurora, Colorado. Shooting violation called on Meeks. Goes the other way. Tuma met by Meeks. Cougars have dropped into a zone. Tuma almost shot, but Davis Williams with a nice closeout. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Shield, pump fake, able to draw the defenders for the Cougars. Gets a free pass to the lane and is fouled.
So good job on Shields' part to make something happen there. Shot clock was running down. Decided to take it to the rim, went up. They're going to score the basket, get the rebound to reset the clock, and as he did, draw the foul.
Justin Greenlee called for the foul, his first, team's fourth. Shields 3 of 3 from the free throw line in this game. Makes it 4-4. Substitution. Logan Pearson in. Alex Rainey out. Shields now a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. 70-39 is the score in Geisman Gymnasium. Number 5 in the nation, UW-Platteville, extending their lead to the largest point it's been in this game. Collicott wrapping his way around the baseline. Good move and finish on that layup. Difficult way to get 2 points, I should say.
Collicott, very athletic player we saw before the season in the Cougar Madness exhibition tournament. He was in the dunk contest. Showed he's got some nice acrobatics up in the air.
Jordan Matthews, Jordan Schmidt, as well as Emmanuel Wilson check in for the Cougars. We'll send Greeley, Collicott, and Rudell to the bench. Now we have a discussion between one of the referees and Coach Steve Kohler. Little music in between that timeout as play resumes with an inbound pass to Shields. Shields, step back, able to drive into the lane. Tough take, as Shields now has 10 points.
I talked about before, Shields, he might be one of the shorter players on the court, but his athleticism is just off the charts. We saw him pull a little, started moving forwards, cut back, and then beat his defender.
Little stat correction, Shields now has 12 points. You see Platteville already having good transition. Open look from Stovall. 2 bounces off of the rim. And the other way is Jordan Matthews, leaves it for Jalen Meeks. And a flop warning called on Jordan Schmidt. That was one of the emphasis that the NCAA started putting into effect a couple years ago. Shields and Stovall come to the bench. They're replaced by Hummel and Brad Neese. Davis Williams and Schmidt in the corner, in and out for 3. Logan Pearson with the rebound.
So if you're watching, you can tell Jack Hummel for Platteville, he was watching that play unfold. He had his eyes on Schmidt in the corner. As soon as the pass went towards Schmidt, Hummel moved out to close him out. Ended up disrupting the shot a little.
Spin around jumper from Hummel, no good. Meeks pulls it down, sprinting the other way, backs it up, leaves it for Davis Williams. His pass is picked off by Tuma. And a big block from Davis Williams. Went up as he was trying to block Logan Pearson and denies him. UW-Platteville, good movement on the outside, and that's what happens, Peter, when you space them out a little bit more. You get those open opportunities one-on-one in the paint from Jack Hummel, and that's how the Pioneers have been able to get 28 paint points in this game. Foul called on number 0, Jack Hummel. Substitutions for both teams. Landon Gladney in for the Cougars. Coming into the game, I should say, for the Pioneers. Number 2, Alex Rainey and Ben Probst. Jordan Schmidt to inbound it for the Cougars. Gives it to Emmanuel Wilson. Foul is called. Schmidt goes diving to the court. Reset it out of bounds again. Hummel again with another foul. He now has 4, and he'll take a seat on the bench as he is replaced by Braden Neese. Landon Gladney was pushed by Brad Neese. So 3 quick fouls for the Pioneers has allowed the Cougars to get the bonus at the 10:09 mark of the second half.
So we saw in the first half, free throws were a big reason the Pioneers were able to kind of pull away with it. See if the Cougars can turn the tables on them in this second half. They hit the bonus first.
Cam Paskey in and replaces Brad Neese. Gladney hits the first. Currently has 4 points on the game. Only one Cougar is in double digits right now, and that's Jordan Matthews with 10. Gladney sinks both. .31 lead for the Pioneers over the Cougars. Travel violation on Braden Neese. Jordan Schmidt to inbound it right in front of the scorer's table. Gladney at the elbow, hands it off to Matthews. Wilson, corner 3. Hits the top of the backboard, out of bounds and goes the other way. Brett Hatton replaces Jalen Meeks. Cougars drop into a zone defense. UW-Platteville still moving the ball very well on the outside and attacking in the middle. And as I say it, they do just that. Another point for Blake McCann. McCann now has 11 points.
So almost a little give and go there for McCann. Started on the perimeter, cut towards the interior and received that pass really quick.
Schmidt a 3, off the mark, tried to go after it. And he's fouled by Braden Neese on the rebounding attempt. Substitutions for the Pioneers in the game, Justin Stovall, Logan Pearson, as well as Quentin Shields. Schmidt, a junior guard from Noblesville, Indiana, makes the first free throw. We'll get another opportunity here because of the bonus. Jalen Meeks in for Landon Gladney. And a violation on Brett Hatton negates the free throw. So the score will stay at 76-44. 9:05 remaining in the game. Shields with the backdoor cut, goes up, and he gets another basket. Shields has really been coming along well in the second, as diving into the Cougar bench. The scary sight was Alex Rainey. Two substitutions for the Pioneers. Inbound from Schmidt to Meeks. Travel violation on Matthews. Another turnover for the Cougars. As Kieran Heller checks in again for Schmidt, as well as Jack Hummel for the Pioneers, and replaces Braden Neese. Pioneers are still being very effective shooting-wise from the field at 58%. Have already improved so far in the since the first half. As Hatton goes diving on the ground, and it goes the other way. Cougars with possession, and a timeout now called by Jeff Gard. First timeout that UW-Platteville has taken in this game comes at the 8:26 mark of the second half. UW-Platteville is up 78-44 over the Cougars. And we'll take a quick break and have more after this timeout. Jalen Meeks inbounds it after the timeout taken by UW-Platteville. And the Cougars look to go to work and try to cut down on the deficit with the number 5 team in the nation, UW-Platteville. Brett Hatton blocked at the rim by Cam Paskey.
Paskey 6'7", 232. He just ate that shot up, and no chance of getting even close to the rim.
Hummel was fouled by Heller, I should say. He'll go to the line for some more free throws. Heller now with 2 fouls. And just barely missing it was Jack Hummel. Sat up on the rim for a little bit and rolled the wrong way. Able to make the second one. Oliver Barnes in for Rainey for the first time. He'll make an appearance in this game. The senior forward from Mosinee, Wisconsin. Meeks taking it hard into the paint. Hits it off the side of the backboard. He's falling down. Now he has to chase back and play defense. Offensive foul called on number 44, Cam Paskey. That'll be his first personal foul in the game. Pioneers now have 9 fouls in the half. Cougars with 6.
Yeah, it's a really nice adjustment from the Cougars, nice improvement. Really cutting down on those personal fouls. Platteville took 20 free throws in the first half. They've only taken 7 so far in the second half.
And now another offensive foul, this time called on the Cougars, on Isaac Rudell. Isaac Rudell is now fouled out of the game. He leaves with 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Now we're waiting to see what the stoppage of play is. But it just seemed like Coach Kohler wanted a word with his guys before play resumed. And it does with an inbound pass to Hummel. Loses it off his foot. Collicott playing hard defense, trying to force it. Pokes it away. Hummel is able to keep it in play. 3 on the side for Probst. No good. Rebound, I should say, by Brett Hatton. Jordan Matthews flips it around, gives it to Heller. No good. Offensive board for Matthews. Can't finish. And now Platteville slows it down.
Say Cougars offense seems to either go one in 2 directions. Either they stall out, they don't get anything going before the shot clock runs about out, or they go way too fast and kind of rush the offense, and you find that happy medium.
Brett Hatton standing tall in the paint, takes a charge. Ben Probst was the one that enforced it for the Pioneers. Checking into the game for the first time, Charlie Bender, as well as Ben Emler for UW-Platteville. Jalen Meeks stops on the block, looking for some shot or a help. He'll take the shot instead. Nice shot from the block for Jalen Meeks.
A nice pivoting, throws defender off a little bit, give himself just enough space to put that one in.
79-46 the score. Barnes behind the back dribble, good move for a 6'6" forward. He's got some ball handling skills. Neese, strong finish over Meeks. Heller with a 3. He drains it. Heller now gets into the scorebook with his first made field goal of the game. As Barnes is met by Collicott. Tries to fight his way around and will get fouled in the process. Collicott now with 2 fouls in the game. So a free throw opportunity off of the bonus will come for Oliver Barnes. Ben Olson into the game, as well as Clayton Jenny, freshman guard from Edgerton, Wisconsin. Free throw by Barnes is no good. Jordan Schmidt into the game for the Cougars. As Collicott reverses it back to Wilson. Wilson goes up, and he is able to fight through the defense and bring it back.
Just a nice play there by Wilson. He's been pretty quiet today, only 5 points. He's averaging 10.5 per game.
And I'll say this, Peter, it's not like one guy is standing out above the rest. Yes, Jordan Matthew has 10 points, but there's a lot of guys in the box score for the Cougars that have 7, 8 points, a couple baskets here and there.
Right, it's been a team effort to get to where they are right now, but maybe they're kind of missing that one spark plug to really give them that drive to pull within this game.
Oliver Barnes with a charging foul again on Brett Hatton. So Hatton is drawing the contact in the paint, taking a bruising while doing so. Collicott pulls up, and that rolls off the side into the hands of Ben Olson. Bringing it up now is Clayton Jenny. Entrance pass to Oliver Barnes. Travel. Took one too many steps, and it goes the other way. Substitutions for the Cougars. A couple new faces for the Maroon and Gold. Ben Gordos. As well as Will Wainscott and Andres Louladis. Collicott drive. Nice finish high at the rim.
I mentioned before, Collicott's definitely got some athleticism to his game.
Collicott now has 7 points as he's been showing up in the later goings of this game. That's a new season high for him. He had 5 points against Knox College in his last game. Gordos, nothing you could do about that when you have a big 6'7" forward and Ben Olson on you, as Olson gets his first bucket of the game. Heller floats it up. It comes down between the net. Good finish there, as Heller now has 5 points and a timeout or stoppage of play. As another new face for the Cougars checks in, the freshman guard Barkus Jackson Jr. from Belleville, Illinois, making his first appearance for CUC. That ball is saved from going out of bounds by Clayton Jenny. As the reaching from Heller caught too much of the arm of Charlie Bender. So more free throws to follow for UW-Platteville. Significantly less amount of free throws for them in this half compared to the first. They took 20 in the first. This is going to be the 9th attempt in this half. He sinks the first, so he'll get one more chance. And he's now 2-2. And Peter, just looking at the box score, something that I think is still astonishing is that UW-Platteville is shooting 60% from the field. That itself is a feat that I am baffled by, I would think, and I'm just very impressed at their shot selection. I think that attributes to some of that reasoning why we see them in the box score being so dominant.
Right, well, that 60% is about 10 clicks higher than their season average of 50. And I think part of it is, well, like you said, their shot selection's been excellent, but they're also just getting close shots, too. They're not taking a lot of long-range contested shots.
Steal and kept in bounds by Wainscott. Floats it up and in. And Will Wainscott gets his first points of the season. As you hear Jim Egan come over the loudspeaker and say 2 minutes left in the game. foul on number 30, Andres Luladis. Appeared in 7 games and scored 4 points for the Cougars last year. This is the first appearance this season. And I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly, but we'll see how this goes. But he's your residential Greek from Thessaloniki, Greece. I think I was decently spot on there. But he's one of those international recruits for the Cougars. That Coach Kohler has utilized that to his advantage, as well as Ben Gordos, who is from Manchester, England. Gordos taking it, trying to give it out to Jackson Jr., but too hot to handle and goes out of bounds by the water coolers. Minute 36 remaining. Jenny is met by Gordos on the right side. Jenny spins around, floater, doesn't hit anything but the referee, out of bounds, so it'll go to the Cougars.
It's a nice contest there by, it looked like Luladis, making that shot hard and obviously forcing it out of bounds.
Gordos with the 3. Hits the front of the iron, no good. Foul called on Jackson Jr. They'll send Oliver Barnes to the free throw line. Barnes' second trip to the free throw line so far in this game. He's not made one yet. Mentioned these are his first 3 free throws of the season in this game. He's now 0 for 3. Rebound pulled down by Luladis. Wayne Scott takes it all the way and is fouled on the way up. So he'll go to the free throw line. Clayton Jenny with the foul. His first. Wayne Scott sinks the first one. Sophomore from Oswego, Illinois, from Marmion Academy. Makes 2. 86-59 is the score with under a minute remaining in the game. Three-point attempt for Barnes, no good. Offensive putback by Charlie Bender is, though. That gives Bender his first point of the game. Luladis, spin around in the paint, floats it up with the baby hook. Foul is called on number 32, Ben Olson. Will send Luladis to the line. Misses the first. Luladis makes the second, so he'll get 1 point so far in this game. As the seconds wind down, Wisconsin-Platteville has come to River Forest and put an exclamation mark on this one. As the number 5 team in the nation did the damage that they were capable of and much more. As the clock winds down, hits double zeros, and the buzzers go on the backboard. That's an end of the game. Final score, UW-Platteville 88, Concordia Chicago 60. UW-Platteville will take on Illinois Tech next Tuesday at home. And for the Cougars, they'll be back in home action on the 24th against Carroll University at 4 p.m. Peter, not the best game for the Cougars, but this is one of those games you can learn from playing such a highly respected and talented team like UW-Platteville earlier on in your season. Can only set up more success for you in the future.
No, that's why you schedule these kinds of games. You know, honestly, your expectations of coming away with the upset are super high, but you're going to get a good experience no matter win or loss playing such a good team. You're going to learn for it. So when you move to conference play, you'll hopefully have an edge up on your opponents.
Leading scorer of the game is UW-Platteville's Logan Pearson with 18. For the Cougars, Jordan Matthews led the team with 10 points. Leading rebounders were Brett Hatton and Andres Luladis with 4. That's going to be an end to our games. And our production crew, who did such a great job in a doubleheader. We'll give a quick shout out to them. Parker Kelly, Katie Schrems, Julia Beers, Chandler Kerr, Wyatt McLaughlin, Ryan McGee, and Jada Carr. We'll be joined potentially by Coach Steve Kohler here in a second. And we will, so we'll take a quick break as we get him mic'd up and I come back with a coach's interview. Well, I'm standing here with head coach Steve Kohler. And, Coach, it was a tough game. Obviously, number 5 team in the nation comes to town, and you're going to get a good one. And they did just that with a score of 88-60.
Yep.
And one of the things that this team that coming to town early, this is a learning experience, obviously, for a team. And that's why you schedule these games.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I thought that we kind of started on our heels. You know, you're not going to beat a team like that if you let them do what they do well. And right off the bat, they kind of popped us. You know, I think it was 12-0, and it just made everything very difficult. You know, they're very good. They're an experienced bunch. They're big. They're physical, and they're number 5 for a reason. But they made everything tough for us. We couldn't get anything in rhythm, our spray threes, even really much at the rim either. So it was tough.
Yeah, the Platteville shot 56% from the field. CUC shot 32%. What are going to be some of the adjustments that are going to be made in practice to prepare for Carroll University next week?
Yeah, we just got to have better spacing. You know, we did a lot of standing and watching the ball handler, and then they had a set D, so they had 4 guys watching the ball as well. And we can't go against a set D. We got to make sure that we have guys cutting and spacing and creating those double and triple gaps. And we did a lot of standing around.
Well, thank you for the time, Coach. I appreciate it. Cougar fans, the men's basketball team will be back in action next week against Carroll University. For my partner, Peter Borkowski, I'm Carter Gleidhill, signing off on the Cougar Sports Network. We'll see you next time for the next CUC sporting event.